Hi, welcome to Plus This. Today I'm going to show you how to set up your first SMS sequence. So SMS sequences are used anytime you want to send a text message, but you want them to reply back to it with more information. Really common examples of this are text to opt-ins or any kind of text messages where you want them to confirm an appointment, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to start actually by showing you a simple little campaign that demonstrates this pretty clearly, and we'll actually go ahead and build this sequence based on that right here on the fly. So I'm going to go to my Keep Infusionsoft campaign builder. I've created a simple little text to opt-in. So when they text the keyword I'm going to set up, I want it to apply a tag so that we can deliver a simple little text message, or not a text message, but an email in this example here for their guide. And then we're going to further follow up with them later based on if they're a business owner, a marketer, or a virtual assistant. And we'll find this out with our SMS sequence where we'll ask for an email, we'll ask for their name, and then we'll ask for which role they best fit with. And then that way we can trigger tags that will apply based on them just putting in their email address. And then we'll apply another tag based on which answer they give us here. So we can do some really cool personal follow-up with people based on their roles in the organization too. So pretty cool little SMS sequence here that we'll be creating. So let's hop back to Plus This and show you how to get that set up here. So I'm back in Plus This, and this is the little default screen you'll see once you've first started using SMS sequences. So a lot of this is default stuff that we can just kind of go through really quickly here. It's going to pull up your Twilio phone number once you set that up with Twilio. And you can have multiples down here, but we're good with this one. It's going to default to a phone field for the person who is texting in our keyword so that we can store their phone number in a field. So phone one's really good for that. Then we're going to establish our keyword here. So I'm going to use my name as the keyword for this example. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start writing our SMS messages that we want to send to people. So a good best practice that we usually set as the default is to collect someone's email address first. So in this example, we're going to ask, to get started, what's your email address? And that works for me, so I'm going to just keep going. This is already going to be set for you too. It's going to store their response, which we're expecting to be an email address, in the email field. And then what we're going to do really quickly as the last thing here is we're going to trigger that tag in the campaign when they give us an email address. So as long as the response includes anything with like the @ symbol, we're going to say, okay, they probably gave us an email address if we see this symbol in there, and then we can apply a tag. So we will say started text opt-in. So we have a tag for this, but if you don't have a tag, that's all right. You can just click on this button here, and you can create your tags directly inside the Plus This app. So pretty handy little tool for you guys, just so you know. All right, so we've created our first little message. We're going to ask for their email address. We're going to store it in the email field, and then we're going to look for the response with the @ symbol, and then if they have that, we're going to apply a tag. That's the started text opt-in. Cool. And that is all we have to do for this one. The only other thing I want to show you is we're going to have this setting for the next question, where they're automatically going to get the next message that we create below based on just them finishing up and putting in an email address here. So we'll click Add Sequence Message, and now we're going to ask for their name, like I talked about. Ask for name. The reason why I'm writing these in here is because it kind of makes it handy. In our sequence map here on the right, I can jump back to any of the text messages we're creating here really easily if I do this. So let's go ahead and write our message now. We'll say, thanks. What's your first name? And then same idea. We're going to save the response in a field. This time we're expecting a first name, so let's store that in the first name field. And then we're not doing any tags based on any specific names. We don't care if they're Bob or Bryce. We're not going to do different things based on their names. So we're just going to leave it as the next message here. and we'll add our next one. And here's our final segmenting question. Ask segmenting question. And here we are going to find out what role they are, so we can apply tags based on that and do different text messages if we wanted to. And for our campaign, we were going to send different follow-up based on if they're a business owner, a marketer, or a virtual assistant. So that's what I'm going to create here. So we'll ask a question around that. So we'll say, which role best describes you? And we'll say A, business owner, B, marketer, or C, virtual assistant. Cool. And we'll leave it at that. Now, we're not going to store this response in a specific field in this example, but if you wanted to, you could totally pick a custom field to store their job role, for example, and that would be a great field to store this in. But I'm just going to keep going to kind of keep this going as quickly as possible for you. And we're going to finish this one with a little bit of a different situation. We're going to trigger a response based on the conditions we want to set up here. So for example, we're going to set up equals. If the response is A, or business owner, then we're going to send them a text message for that type of role. But more importantly, I also want to apply a tag based on if they select this role. You might be asking, okay, why did you put those in asterisks? That's just a fail-safe so that we can catch their response. If they're kind of wording, they go, yeah, I'm a business owner and I blah, 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 blah. We can still know, okay, cool, they're a business owner. That was in that message, and it didn't have to be that only business owner was the only thing that they put in that response to it. So that's why I put those in there as a fail-safe. So let's set our tag really quickly. I have one for this I've prepared. So we'll have our business owner tag, and that'll come in handy in our campaign so we can segment people based on business owners. And then we want to send a text message based on business owners. And I haven't written that yet, so I'm going to just click that plus button and we can write our business owner response. But to be honest, I'm not going to go and create all these text messages here. I think you'll get it once you've seen one or two of these. So I'm just going to do a quick little just thank you message for this one. Thank you message. We'll save that. We'll say thank you, your business owner. You could personalize it now, right? But I'm just going to keep it generic for this situation. Your guide is on the way. Check your inbox shortly. That kind of thing. And we're at this point, we're not asking for anything, so they don't need to text anything. We don't need to store anything. And we can say, cool, this is the end. We'll finish there. So I'll just come back up to the sequence. So let's do the same thing, but for the next one. So we'll add a condition. We'll say if it equals, and this time we'll do B, and that one was for marketer. We'll add those. We have a tag for marketer. We'll use that, and then we'll use our sequence. So I should create a new one for the marketers. But in this example, I'm just going to keep using that thank you message, which is totally fine if you guys want to do that too. And later on, do more of your personalization in the emails themselves or whatever follow-up you have for those people too. So just the FYI there on that one. We're doing this to save you guys some time watching me go through a lot of this stuff over and over again for you. And then the final one obviously would be the C, but I'm not gonna go through all that too right now. But you get the point. So we set up A, we set up B. You could set up C if you wanted to for virtual assistant. Pick the tag, pick your message, and go on from there. So the final thing we're going to do is we're going to need to set up our fallback message. So this is a message that they get if people go off track and they're like, you're asking, hey, are you a marketer or a business owner or a virtual assistant? And they go, I'm a clown, or they're just trying to mess with you. So this is a good way to just catch those people and make sure that they kind of are following the process And to give them another avenue if they really have a legitimate question or anything they need to contact you with, this is a good way to get them there. So I'll just name this fallback message. Click that. And we'll say, sorry. This only goes out to people if they put in something that we don't recognize in those situations. We didn't catch that. Which role? And then you would obviously type your question again. And then if you also wanted to, you could be putting in information like, if you're looking to reach me, please send an email to blah, 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 or call me at blah, 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 whatever you want to do for that, right? We don't need to send anything after that, so we'll just click that option, and we'll come back to our little map here, and we'll select that as our fallback message. All right, it's already done, so that's even easier. Cool. So we should have everything set here. And before I kind of click and save and kind of show you the setup on the campaign, I think it's cool just to kind of jump back over here. So you'll see with like our first message when we request the email, just to show you the kind of how this automation works with your marketing CRM. We have a tag that starts it. So this tag here would match with this tag here. So as soon as they give us an email, we can start sending them our own email follow-up for that. And while they're doing that, they're still texting in like which of these segments there are. And so when they do that, sorry, go back to the right one. Each time they are giving us a response on what role they are, we're applying the appropriate tag for this. So that makes it really easy to set up your little triggers here in Infusionsoft and Keep, so that you can segment people based on which bucket they best fit with and get the follow-up for that too. So we've crossed all of our I's and dotted all of our I's and crossed all of our T's. This looks good. I'm going to go ahead and save it here. Let's give it a name, SMS demo, and let's click save. And I'll just show you the final setup. So in this scenario, people are mostly going to trigger this by just texting my name to this number here. But if you wanted to create an abbreviated version of this campaign, they're already in your Infusionsoft app or your Keep app, and you just want to send them a text to get their business, if they're a business owner or a marketer or a virtual assistant, and it's coming at an appropriate time in your campaign where you're asking those questions, then you can also use this tool URL to trigger it too. So the way these tool URLs work, I'll just show you an example of that really quickly. Let's say these in another version of this campaign, they already are in our app, and we're just going to apply a tag to trigger this. So we're going to apply a tag, and we've sent them an email. We're like, hey, we're trying to clean up our lists and learn more about the people here. We have just a couple follow-up questions that we want to text you. Let us know if you're interested. So they click on a link or something to say, yep, I'm interested, you can text me. And then that triggers the tag that we want to do to launch this. And then all we would have to do to send that abbreviated version of this campaign, if we wanted to, was use this HTTP post. And so we can just drag one of these over. Sorry, I'm trying to find it right here. Perfect. Click on that, and we can put one of these in. And this can also trigger a text message. So they can text in, or they can use one of these HTTP post methods to trigger this text sequence. So I just wanted to show you those two methods in case you're building something that isn't a text opt-in and you still want to use the conditional SMS that we have for this. So that's basically it. If you have any other questions, or you have a specific scenario you want to kind of drop by us and find out, like, hey, how can I make it do this X, Y, or Z kind of thing, then definitely reach out to us at help@plusthis.com, and we'll be happy to help you there. That's it for today, and that's all I have for you. So we'll look forward to having you on the next video. See you later. Bye.